you have to have a new set of mathematics to discuss the waves that make up a molecule. And that's where quantum computers come in.
NASA has just shut down one of its most advanced quantum computers after something insane happened behind the scenes. What alarming discoveries led to this sudden shutdown? What did the computer uncover that was too big to share with the world? The silence from NASA speaks volumes. Could this be a breakthrough beyond our understanding? Here's what we know so far, and why this could change everything. Initial reports and suspicion. In November 2023, Techizon dropped a bombshell that shocked the world. NASA had suddenly shut down its most advanced quantum computer. The reason? Alleged results that seemed impossible, data that went against everything we know about physics. According to Techizon's sources, NASA's quantum system began producing outputs that defied the basic laws of nature. The reports were both thrilling and unsettling. The quantum system, which had been designed to perform cutting-edge calculations, was not just offering strange results, it was giving answers that shouldn't even exist according to our understanding of reality. Imagine a computer solving problems that scientists thought were unsolvable, but in a way that breaks the very rules we've relied on for centuries. This wasn't a glitch or an error. The quantum system was simply succeeding, perhaps too well. Instead of celebrating this huge leap, NASA's response was nothing short of mysterious. The operations at the lab came to an immediate halt. No press release, no explanation, just silence. This left the public and tech insiders scrambling for answers. Why would NASA shut down a system that had pushed the boundaries of computing so far? Many experts started to wonder if the quantum computer had discovered something so huge, so world-changing, that it was deemed too dangerous to share. Maybe it had glimpsed something about the future, or uncovered truths we weren't ready to face. The fact that NASA didn't deny the reports but chose to stay quiet only fueled the speculation. As the silence dragged on, the mystery deepened. Had the computer malfunctioned, or had it stumbled upon something so groundbreaking that even NASA couldn't handle the consequences? Whatever happened behind those closed doors, one thing was clear. The world was on the edge of a new technological frontier, and NASA wasn't saying a word. Unexpected silence from NASA. NASA's silence after shutting down its quantum computer is raising eyebrows around the world. Since April 2023, the space agency has stopped publishing any new research papers from its Quantum Artificial Intelligence Laboratory, Quail, leaving the scientific community in the dark. This is particularly strange because Quail had been a leader in cutting-edge quantum research, frequently sharing groundbreaking discoveries. So, why the sudden quiet? Had they stumbled upon something too big to share? Or was there something more troubling behind the scenes? What makes this silence even more intriguing is the timing. In December 2024, Google unveiled its revolutionary Willow processor, a quantum computing breakthrough capable of solving problems in seconds that would take classical computers billions of years. Google's announcement was a huge leap forward, and it was no surprise. After all, NASA had been working with Google for years. But while Google was out in the open, proudly displaying its progress, NASA stayed completely mum. Why the difference in response? Was NASA still processing what they had discovered, or was there something more that they couldn't talk about yet? Meanwhile, the US government's attention on quantum technology was growing. The National Quantum Initiative saw a massive 400% increase in funding, and the Pentagon set up new divisions specifically focused on quantum research. It was clear that the government was gearing up for something monumental, and they knew the stakes were high. So, why was NASA, the agency with the deepest access to this technology, staying silent? The combination of NASA's silence, Google's breakthrough, and the government's increased oversight makes one thing clear. Something significant is happening in the world of quantum computing. But what exactly is NASA holding back? Whatever it is, we're only scratching the surface. Stay tuned, because the full story is far from over. NASA's quantum computing achievements. In 2019, NASA and Google achieved something that felt like science fiction: quantum supremacy. This was the moment when quantum computers proved they could solve problems that would take traditional computers thousands of years, all in just a few seconds. The collaboration between NASA and Google wasn't just about breaking records. It was about proving that quantum computing had the potential to revolutionize the world. For the first time, scientists saw a glimpse of the future, where computers could handle complex problems no one had dared to solve before. But the story didn't stop there. Quantum computing quickly took a leap forward, moving from solving isolated problems to modeling entire complex systems. NASA's involvement has been crucial in this progress. Their quantum computers can now simulate everything from the vast expanse of space to intricate weather patterns on Earth. These computers aren't just solving problems, they're predicting the future. Imagine being able to model the effects of climate change, track the spread of diseases, or even predict financial market crashes with unprecedented accuracy. That's the power of quantum computing. Then, in December 2024, Google took another giant step forward with the release of the Willow processor. This new quantum chip is a game-changer, solving problems so complex that even the most powerful traditional computers couldn't touch them. Willow is faster, more efficient, and capable of handling calculations that were once thought impossible. It's a breakthrough that's taking quantum computing into a new era. NASA's partnership with Google, combined with the development of the Willow processor, signals just how far quantum computing has come, and how much further it can go. As these quantum machines continue to evolve, they're set to reshape industries, solve some of the world's biggest challenges, and unlock a future we can barely begin to imagine. The revolution is just getting started. Quantum computing breakthrough. Not just incremental, but revolutionary. Quantum computing has just crossed a threshold that many once thought impossible. Back in 2019, NASA and Google achieved something groundbreaking: quantum supremacy. Their quantum computers solved a problem in 200 seconds that would take classical computers 10,000 years to complete. But hold on, this was just the start. The leap from that 2019 technology to what we're seeing in 2024 is nothing short of revolutionary. In just 5 years, quantum computers have gone from solving specific problems to tackling much more complex challenges. What once seemed like a distant dream is now a reality. Imagine a computer that can predict climate change patterns, model human biology, or even simulate the vastness of space, all with accuracy that classical computers can't touch. This isn't a small step forward. It's a leap into a whole new world of possibilities. These computers aren't just fast. They can explore many solutions at once, something classical computers could never do. This is the magic of quantum superposition, where a quantum qubit, can exist in multiple states at the same time. What's even more exciting? These advancements aren't limited to the lab. We're talking about quantum computers that can solve problems that have been out of reach for decades. We're looking at breakthroughs in fields like medicine, where quantum computers could help us design life-saving drugs, or in climate science, where they could model the Earth's complex systems with incredible precision. The 2019 quantum supremacy achievement was only a taste of what's to come. By 2024, quantum computing has opened up possibilities that go far beyond our current understanding of science. The future is here, and it's a future we can barely begin to imagine. The quantum revolution is just getting started. The question is, where will it take us next? Shocking pause in research. In November 2023, something strange happened in the world of quantum computing. NASA suddenly hit pause on its research. But this wasn't just any ordinary pause. The reports suggested that the results from their quantum system were so unexpected, so far beyond what anyone could have imagined, that it forced NASA to stop everything. The findings weren't just minor glitches or small errors, they were breakthroughs that shook the very foundation of known physics. What made this pause even more baffling was the silence that followed. For years, NASA's Quantum Artificial Intelligence Laboratory, QUAIL, had been at the forefront of revolutionary research, publishing papers and sharing their discoveries with the world. But after November 2023, nothing. No new research. No updates. It was as if the world's most advanced quantum facility had vanished into thin air. Wait, what did they find that was so powerful it couldn't be shared? Experts began to speculate. Could it be that NASA's quantum computer had stumbled upon something so monumental that it couldn't be made public? Was it a discovery about the nature of reality itself? Some even whispered that the computer had predicted something about our future, something too disturbing to release. Imagine discovering the course of humanity's future, or perhaps uncovering evidence of parallel universes. What if the truth was so vast, so unsettling, that it needed to stay hidden? The silence from NASA was more than just a mystery. It was a sign that something extraordinary had happened. For an institution known for its transparency, this sudden hush spoke volumes. Whatever the quantum computer had found, it was clear. It was too important, too dangerous, or perhaps too mind-bending to be shared with the world. At least, not yet. Government response and increased investment. In 2023, something big happened in the world of quantum computing. NASA's unexpected pause in research caught the attention of the U.S. government. The response was swift and powerful. The National Quantum Initiative, NQI, which funds quantum research, saw a staggering 400% increase in funding. This wasn't just a small boost, it was a complete shift in focus. The U.S. government had suddenly recognized that quantum computing was no longer just a scientific curiosity. It was now a top priority, and the potential was too huge to ignore. But the funding boost wasn't the only major move. The Pentagon quickly got involved, setting up new divisions dedicated to quantum research. These divisions were tasked with exploring how quantum technology could be used in defense, security, and national protection. The government understood that quantum computers could revolutionize military communications, improve encryption, and even strengthen defense systems. Quantum computing could offer an edge no other technology could, making it clear that it wasn't just an academic pursuit anymore. It was a national security issue. What made this response even more intense were the classified briefings that followed. Behind closed doors, the government began discussing the real implications of quantum computing for the country's future. These briefings were held in secret, fueling the idea that there was more at stake than anyone realized. The potential to predict outcomes, break codes, and revolutionize industries was clear. But so was the need to protect this knowledge. With this new surge in investment and focus, it was clear that quantum computing had moved from research labs to becoming a key piece of the national security puzzle. The government's action spoke volumes. The future of technology was here, and the U.S. was determined to lead the way. Claims of impossible results. In 2023, something strange started happening at NASA's Quantum Artificial Intelligence Laboratory, QUAIL, that no one could quite explain. Leaked reports revealed that the quantum computer there was producing results that seemed to break the most fundamental rules of physics. These weren't just small errors, they were outputs that violated causality itself. Causality is the principle that cause always comes before effect, the backbone of everything we know about how the universe works. Yet, NASA's quantum system was churning out solutions that appeared to ignore this basic rule. The real kicker? Despite these impossible results, the computer was still working. It wasn't malfunctioning or failing, It was producing solutions that, although impossible to explain, actually worked. The discoveries weren't errors. They were legitimate results, just ones that didn't fit into our current understanding of the laws of nature. Imagine solving a complex problem only to find that the solution makes no sense according to everything we know about reality. It was like science itself had just hit a wall. As the strange results kept coming, some of NASA's top researchers started leaving the project. Key scientists at Quail reportedly requested transfers to other departments, but no one knew why. Their sudden departure added more fuel to the fire. Had the discoveries gone too far for them to handle? Were they leaving because they couldn't make sense of what was happening? In response, NASA doubled down on their efforts to understand these anomalies. They brought in specialists to focus on analyzing these strange outputs, scientists who could study non-standard results that didn't follow the rules. Whatever the quantum computer had found, it was clear that something big was going on. And the world was left wondering, what did it uncover, and should we even be ready for it? What might NASA's quantum computer have found? As the silence surrounding NASA's quantum computer deepened, one question echoed through the minds of many. What could this advanced technology have discovered? The results, which were far beyond what anyone expected, have led to wild speculation. Could NASA's quantum system have stumbled upon something far more significant than anyone imagined? A discovery about the future, or even a potential catastrophic event? Quantum computers are unlike anything we've seen before. They have the ability to model incredibly complex systems with staggering accuracy. Think about predicting the weather a century in advance, or simulating how global financial markets would react to a sudden crisis. These computers don't just crunch numbers, they explore vast amounts of data simultaneously, allowing them to detect patterns that are invisible to traditional computers. And this might be where NASA's quantum system came across something truly extraordinary. What if, in its simulations, the quantum computer identified patterns of societal collapse or economic downturns? Could it have detected a convergence of factors that lead to resource shortages, widespread social unrest, or even wars over resources? After all, quantum computers excel at modeling chaotic systems, from environmental changes to economic shifts, and they could have revealed devastating outcomes that we aren't prepared to face. Perhaps the computer found that our current trajectory leads to an inevitable collapse, one that we can't escape without massive changes. Such discoveries would be earth-shattering, and the idea that NASA's quantum computer uncovered these potential future events is both fascinating and terrifying. If it did, it might explain why the results were too much for the public to handle. A revelation about humanity's future, especially one that points to catastrophe, is a truth that might be too hard to face. What if the quantum computer predicted something we can't change? Or worse, something we've already set in motion. Elon Musk's warnings on quantum AI. Elon Musk isn't known for holding back when it comes to warning the world about the dangers of advanced technology. One of his biggest concerns? The combination of artificial intelligence, AI, and quantum computing. Musk has repeatedly raised alarms, arguing that while AI and quantum computing have the potential to revolutionize industries, they also carry serious risks that could pose an existential threat to humanity. Why is Musk so worried? The answer lies in the unique power of quantum computing. Unlike traditional computers, quantum computers can process massive amounts of information at once, using the principles of quantum mechanics. This allows them to solve complex problems that would take classical computers millions of years. But when AI, already capable of learning and making decisions, is paired with quantum computing, the possibilities become both exciting and terrifying. AI could analyze data and make decisions at a speed and accuracy we can't even begin to fathom. And that's where Musk sees a major danger. Musk warns that the combination of quantum computing and AI could act as an existential risk multiplier. What does that mean? Essentially, if AI can process information with the power of quantum computing, it could make decisions or predictions that humans can't control or even fully understand. This could lead to unintended consequences, where AI becomes too powerful to regulate or too unpredictable to stop. Musk's urgency is clear. He believes we're moving too quickly and without enough regulation. The time to act is now, before these technologies evolve beyond our ability to control them. If we don't put safeguards in place, Musk warns, we could be facing a future where AI and quantum computing change the course of humanity in ways we might not be able to reverse. The question is, are we ready for this kind of power? NASA's Quantum Lab's true purpose. NASA's Quantum Artificial Intelligence Laboratory, QUAIL, has always been known for pushing the boundaries of what's possible. At first glance, it seems like QUAIL's mission is focused solely on solving space-related problems, optimizing spacecraft trajectories, predicting space weather, and understanding cosmic events. But the true potential of its work reaches far beyond space. The breakthrough power of quantum computing could be the key to understanding complex problems on Earth, too. What makes QUAIL so unique? Quantum computers can handle massive amounts of data at once, thanks to principles like superposition and entanglement. This gives them the ability to simulate chaotic systems that classical computers simply can't. For example, in space exploration, quantum computers can model complex interactions between space particles, allowing scientists to predict space weather or the movements of celestial bodies with unmatched accuracy. But what if we could apply that same power to human systems, like economics, climate patterns, and even social dynamics? Now, imagine a quantum computer that could model the global economy. It could predict market crashes, track inflation, or simulate the impact of new trade policies, things we struggle to predict with traditional methods. Or consider the potential for climate modeling. A quantum system could predict future climate changes with far more accuracy than we can today, helping us understand how small environmental shifts could cause global-scale impacts like resource shortages or natural disasters. The implications of this are massive. If QUAIL's quantum systems can accurately model human systems, it could transform the way we address global challenges like climate change, economic inequality, and even social unrest. What started as a mission to solve space problems might soon hold the key to solving Earth's biggest challenges. The real question is, how far will this quantum leap take us? The unsettling discoveries. What if quantum computers could predict the future, revealing patterns in human civilization that we aren't ready to face? Imagine a quantum system uncovering the possibility of societal collapse, economic meltdowns, or catastrophic climate events with chilling certainty. This isn't science fiction. It's a very real possibility that quantum computers could unlock insights into our future in ways we never thought possible. Quantum computers don't just analyze data, they can process massive amounts of information at once, finding connections and patterns that traditional computers can't. This ability gives them the power to simulate incredibly complex systems, like our global economy or the environment. Imagine running a simulation of climate change using real-time data, predicting the exact moment we hit a tipping point, where the damage could become irreversible. What if these computers could predict environmental disasters, extreme weather, or even resource wars years in advance, all with mathematical certainty? But that's not all. Quantum systems could also model economic collapse. A small shift in the global market could send ripples through the world economy, triggering recessions or widespread financial crises. What if quantum computers could show us that our current trajectory is leading to disaster, and we just don't know it yet? The most unsettling part? These predictions might contradict everything we think we know about our future. The choices we make today, whether it's in business, politics, or environmental policy could be setting us on a path toward collapse. Quantum computers could expose a future that we're not ready to face, one that challenges our current understanding of what's possible. If quantum computing is capable of revealing these patterns, the big question is, are we prepared for the truth? Can we handle the knowledge of a future that seems unavoidable? Or are we simply not ready to hear what these machines might reveal? Conspiracy theory or real science? Is it a conspiracy theory, or could quantum computing actually be revealing the future? It sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi thriller, but as quantum computers get more powerful, some are starting to wonder if these machines could be predicting events that haven't happened yet. Imagine quantum systems analyzing global data, everything from economics to climate change, and finding hidden patterns that we, as humans, can't see. What if these computers could forecast catastrophic events like economic crashes or environmental disasters? Here's the thing. Quantum computers are built to process massive amounts of data at once, making them capable of simulating incredibly complex systems. So, what if these simulations are actually showing us the future? What if they can detect upcoming societal shifts, like political unrest, resource shortages, or even climate tipping points? These aren't just random guesses. They would be based on real, scientific data, processed with mind-boggling accuracy. The thought of quantum computers predicting a global catastrophe might seem like a conspiracy theory, but the science behind quantum computing makes it feel closer to reality. But what if this is more than just speculation? Could quantum computing actually help us see the future? Quantum systems can analyze the connections between countless variables, things like economic policies, social trends, or environmental changes, and predict how they might evolve. They could detect small shifts today that will snowball into major changes tomorrow. In fact, we might already be seeing hints of this, with reports suggesting that quantum computers are uncovering patterns that point to things we haven't even imagined yet. So, is it science or just a wild theory? As quantum computing advances, the possibility that these machines could predict the future becomes more real and more unsettling. What if the future is already written, and quantum computers are just showing us the path we're on? The case for silence. Why did NASA suddenly go silent after its quantum computer made groundbreaking discoveries? The most likely explanation is that what they found was simply too important to share, too significant for the world to handle. Imagine if the quantum system discovered something that changed everything we know about reality. Something so big, it could completely alter our understanding of physics, society, or even the future. Could this be the reason NASA went silent? It's not far-fetched to think that NASA made a discovery that was just too monumental. Throughout history, there have been moments when breakthroughs were so disruptive that society wasn't ready to hear them. What if NASA's quantum computer uncovered a truth that could shake the foundations of modern life? Maybe it predicted a future event we aren't prepared for, or revealed a hidden pattern that we're not equipped to understand yet. The potential for a discovery like this would explain the sudden silence. But here's where it gets even more interesting. While NASA went quiet, the government and major corporations seemed to pick up the pace. The US government significantly increased its funding for quantum research, and the Pentagon even set up new divisions to focus specifically on quantum technology. Meanwhile, tech giants like Google and IBM pushed forward with their own quantum projects. This surge in interest suggests that whatever NASA discovered, it had wide-reaching implications. It wasn't just a scientific breakthrough. It was something that could affect national security, global economies, or even the way we live our daily lives. The silence surrounding NASA's quantum project points to one undeniable fact. Whatever was discovered was too powerful, too world-altering to be shared just yet. And as the world waits, the mystery continues to grow. What did NASA's quantum computer really find? Implications of quantum computing on future. Quantum computing is quickly becoming a game changer, and its impact is already being felt across multiple industries. Imagine a world where we can unlock cures for diseases faster, create smarter AI systems, and secure our data in ways we never thought possible. That's the power of quantum computing. In drug discovery, quantum computers can process huge amounts of data at lightning speed, allowing scientists to model molecules and predict how drugs will interact in the body. This could lead to breakthroughs in treating complex diseases like cancer, Alzheimer's, and more. What once took years to develop could soon be done in a fraction of the time. But the magic doesn't stop there. In the realm of artificial intelligence, AI, quantum computers could bring about a revolution. They can analyze vast datasets, recognize patterns, and make decisions faster and more accurately than ever before. This means smarter AI that can help with everything from climate change modeling to designing smarter cities. The possibilities are endless. Then there's cryptography. Quantum computers have the potential to break current encryption methods, which is both exciting and terrifying. While it could make some systems more vulnerable, it will also push us to create new, more secure ways to protect our data. As quantum technology continues to evolve, its potential to change the world is enormous. From healthcare to security, industries will be forced to adapt to this new wave of innovation. We're just scratching the surface. But one thing's for sure: quantum computing will shape the future in ways we can't yet imagine. Are you ready for the quantum revolution? The paradox: discovery or disaster? Quantum computing has brought us to a crossroads, one that raises a huge question. Is it a groundbreaking discovery, or could it lead to disaster? As we dive deeper into this powerful technology, three possibilities emerge, each with massive implications. First, what if quantum computing broke physics as we know it? Imagine a computer finding answers that completely defy everything we've believed about the universe. It's exciting, right? But it could also be terrifying. If our understanding of the very laws of nature is upended, how do we even begin to process that? Second, what if the quantum computer predicted an undesirable future? Picture a system that can forecast events like societal collapse, financial disaster, or environmental chaos. It's a chilling thought. If quantum computing can show us a future we don't want to face, do we have the power to change it, or would we be trapped in an unavoidable path? And the third possibility is perhaps the wildest. What if quantum computers discovered parallel realities? Could these machines unlock doors to alternate worlds with different outcomes and even different rules of existence? The idea of parallel universes is mind-boggling, but it might not be as far-fetched as we think. This leaves us with a major dilemma. Should we demand transparency even if the revelations could cause chaos? The potential for huge shifts in society is real, and we must ask, are we ready for these discoveries? Or would the truth be too much to handle? The stakes have never been higher. The future is unfolding right before us, and the silence surrounding NASA's quantum computer hints at deeper revelations ahead. Stay alert. Monumental shifts are coming. Don't miss out on the next chapter. Hit subscribe to stay informed and ahead of the curve.